Welcome to the Napoleon Total War 2v2 tournament. Today we have the team 2 Girls 1 Cup, who we are spectating as here, playing Prussia and France versus ARMATA, who I believe is Tiger Shark and Cat Dragon. I will double check. This map is Arid Cliffs, a very bumpy map, and the only way up is by, basically armies marching up here or marching up here, and I think you can flank around. Yeah, there's some opportunity to flank around, but it is quite a long flank. $300 prize pool. Check out the Discord, linked down below, to take part in future events, and thank you to OBG Tony for sponsoring this. Did I get those teams right? Yes, so 2 Girls 1 Cup, which we are spectating as, is MQI and Forbitros. And Armata's team, Armata, yep, Tiger Shark, Woo, and Catragon. Good luck to both of them. $300 tournament, and what is that there? A little glitch, it seems, on the map. Now, I think it's just a load of units merging together. So we've got Britain and the Ottomans working together. Armata sending the cavalry forwards, trying to take a bit of the high ground, and okay, so there's different ways up here. The French have their cavalry here as well to try and match the Ottoman cavalry, but they appear to be pulling back. Meanwhile, the cavalry charges up the hill this way to match these guys here. You could probably charge them actually, the Prussians here. Charge these 2 lone infantry units. They'll probably be paying attention, but they'll get them in square in time, I'm sure. But yeah, I like that there's other ways up. And yeah, it's just going to be a bit of time now until they get set up. Oh, and here we go. The Ottomans just going straight for it here with their dragoons, getting a round of bullets in there, doing a lot of damage, I'm sure. Although I don't see that many bodies. They do get counter-charged by the Prussian cavalry. This one is forced to retreat, and this one's pulling back as well, after losing, about 10 men there from that charge. Gotta be careful though, Prussia. You don't want your cavalry overextending, and they've overextended. They are now getting flanked themselves, and the Prussians are going to lose a lot of cavalry. A lot of their lancers, not what they wanted. The British cavalry comes in as well for Armata. Meanwhile, there is fighting over here, as the French cavalry got caught by the Ottomans fighting on the slope. They're gonna get butchered there. That is not good for them. I think the general took a stray bullet somehow from God knows where. These 2 English units, a bit stuck right now. They're fighting in range combat here, but also get hit by the cavalry before they can form square. And that Prussian unit, sadly, that Prussian unit broke. And the French cavalry over here is also breaking as well, as the Ottomans and the British push. The French forced to pull back a bit. The Prussians have formed a line here, but they're fighting on the low ground right now. Not a good start for them, but balance of power is still even. That being said, they're doing well here, where they've got their cavalry on the flank. This is going well for them. Meanwhile, they're still getting chased down here by the Ottomans, and that's good for the Ottomans. It allows them to do a flank round here. The French have to pull their old guard back to be able to watch that cav unit. Meanwhile, they're still trying to get set up over here, whereas the Ottomans and the British are in a much better formation. Yeah, they'll probably lose these 2, but overall, it's a strong position to be in. Oh, and now it's raining, so the rain is tapping on my window. If you hear a little tapping in the background, sorry about that, it's rain. Nothing I can do. I don't know why I have to specifically state there's nothing I can do about the weather. I guess maybe some people out there think I can control the weather, I don't know. But yeah, then it is. I can confirm, officially in this 2v2 event, there is nothing I can do about the weather. Forming square here to deal with the cavalry. The British bringing reinforcements up. They did lose a few men fighting back melee there, but the Prussians have to pull back because, there's just far too many numbers dotted around. The French and the Prussians forming back over here instead. But they were able to kill these units, so they can push down here now, like the Ottomans were able to, but They can't really do much more with that position there. The British pushing forwards. They've got troops set up here. The cavalry come in, but they do have to fight the square, so they do get taken down. And they actually rout because of that. Well done to Prussia there. British set up nicely. Prussians having to pull back a bit, being shot at in the back. If I was being shot at in the back like this, I'd be doing a bit more of a run, but oh well, I guess that's where we are. And yeah, I'm liking this position they've got themselves set up in. It's not on the high ground, but it is a nice position. Meanwhile, that cav unit there off Prussia, it was chasing those down. I don't think these are returning to the field. I'd probably chase them down a little bit more though, just to make sure. And then it's a cav unit they've got on the flank to use when and however they want. Small skirmish here. What units are these? The Fusiliers. Getting a few shots in, but losing quite a few men. Did they get really any kills? Not really, because they were fighting the lights, who I believe have better range. So they were better in that scenario. Oh, we got some water on this map. This actually looks really pretty. I like how the fog works with the water and you can see the reflection of the island. Oh, and the lone tree there as well. Beautiful. Ooh, that unit's getting devastated. What are they? Voltigeurs. Yeah, I don't speak French if you cannot tell. They've got their Swiss foot here. They're doing well. They're getting a lot of kills, as we can see on the side of those British Lightfoot. That Lightfoot unit is getting devastated. They're not in the right position. Meanwhile, we've got two Ottoman cavalry units back here, having to pull back a bit. I think they wanted to charge, but the Polish Legion there kept them in check. I love those hats. Those hats are so cool. Oh, I wish I had a hat like that. Reloading. I love how they reload as well. All the animations. Stunningly beautiful. The lights trying to hold the front. No one really pushing right now, and yet see, the British came back. They have a cav unit right here. The Brandenburg Uhlans. They should have charged from earlier, but now they've got to go back into this. And they're going to lose even more men. If the British notice, that is. If they don't notice, then it's all fine for Prussia. 21 cavalry charging. They lost a couple, but I think they're going to take out the unit. Okay, so they were lucky that the British did not notice there. If the British noticed, that could have been a big mistake by them. But now they are officially off the field. The Prussians marching forwards. The British pulling back a bit. They didn't like their terrain, it seems. I like this formation they've got here. They're all reloading. They're all ready to fire. The guys up here they've got a bit of high ground. Well, compared to where they are. They get some shots in and then they pull back. A few shots on the lights and that's all. 1 hour battle, by the way, and they've actually set the timer. Can we get a round of applause for these guys for actually remembering to set the timer? You won't believe how many teams forget. I like this cav manoeuvre as well, going all the way around here. I doubt it will do anything. I'm sure the Ottomans and the British will see it, and, you know, just have one unit back there to deal with it. But it's always nice to see. It's at least an extra distraction. It all works out. And the lights, they're not doing anything about it. They're not wanting to rotate or anything. What's this here? Why are you showing me this? Why is this a point of interest? Come on, game. Yeah, so they got their shots in there. The lights have turned around. But they're still able to get their shots in. The lights doing okay. They didn't lose too many soldiers. And the riflemen are in a good position. Oh, poor guy. He got taken out. But I do prefer the Prussian position here. They do seem to be doing a much better job of this. Yeah, this light unit here getting shot at from too many fronts, you do have to pull them back a bit. Right now though, Britain and the Ottomans are in the zone of control, as in, if a battle was to just end at this point with a timer, victory will go to the British and the Ottomans, because they hold more of the centre part of the map. Although that being said, the Prussians and the French, constantly slowly moving forwards here. They will eventually take the land, I think, if the British and the Ottomans keep pulling back. So they do need to make a stand somewhere. British cavalry charging in. I think this is a mistake, because the square is probably about to form. They get the cavalry charge in, but then they've got to deal with the square, so that's a cav unit that's going to get cut down. Was it worth it for that one charge? I don't think so. I don't see that many dead Prussians. I think they did pull out just in time though before things got too dodgy. Oh, but they still lost a load of cav. Meanwhile over here, the French pushing a bit further forward, pushing back the Ottomans. The Ottomans having to bring some infantry down now to try and support their cavalry. I like this here. They've got the infantry watching this, but they're really on the slope. If only these guys were in range. Oh, that would be epic. But now, sadly, they're not in range. And these guys are fighting, though. They've got the tree there, which makes it a bit awkward for that guy. But the rest of them seem okay. The cavalry charging through. Or you've got to commit to the charge or not charge at all. I think they had a bit of a change in plan there. The Prussians formed square and yeah, that cavalry unit, it's gonna get butchered, it's done. Slight charge on the lights there. But yeah, they're dead. Oh, poor cavalry. That did not go to plan, I don't think. And I don't think the few kills it got on its charge made it worth it. Getting a few shots in, but they're being shot at from so many different directions. They're just outnumbered. And the British again withdrawing, giving up more terrain. I think they should have just stood and fought where they were originally, in my opinion, but oh well. The French pulling back a bit, they don't want to overextend, which does make sense. I guess they like their current position. We got the cavalry of Prussia around here, trying to dodge and weave the Ottoman cavalry. I think that's fine. We've got a couple of Prussian troops coming up as well, foot guards and musketeers on the flank. I don't know what they're gonna exactly do though. It is only 2 at the end of the day. I think they'd need a lot more support to actually do anything, unless their job is merely to be a distraction, of course. The French lights, they don't have the high ground, but they're trying to get some shots in. Fighting in the fields which look beautiful, by the way. Oh, again, I said it in the last one, I think, but such a beautiful game. I love it. Like, just look at the quality of the grass here. With how the units are, like, crouched in there. Oh, of course I am biased to Napoleonic uniforms. So maybe that does add an extra layer of beauty that's not really there for me, but still, I can't help but see it and just be in awe with what I see. Oh, poor guy. Oh, another one. I don't think they were shot. I think they tripped over their own feet. That's what this game needs, blood and gore. Oh, why didn't Napoleon have blood and gore? It definitely needed it. And I know it's controversial, the blood and gore pack, but this is one of those games where I would have been happy to pay a bit extra for the blood and gore, just because of how beautiful it is. The cavalry going on a far flank there. Don't know why. Probably just waiting for the opportune moment. And oh, I like this position here. The Prussians, they can't see what they're shooting at, but they know to fire in this direction, and they are actually getting a few kills. Not many, but every round does get a few, and there we go, the British noticed and they're pulling back. More Prussians coming up to try and help reinforce. They're gonna turn and face this way now. I like this battle. We've got an actual battle with strategy. All the others have been just 2 armies marching against each other, but this has a lot more detail, a lot more depth to the manoeuvres. By the way, looking at the map here, what an awkward place to build your houses. It's like there is literally no way up to this. No logical way anyway. How do you... maybe up here? No, that's still not logical. Oh, I'd hate to live here. You have to do actual mountaineering to get here. Yeah, there's no way up. And I'm not climbing up this. I've cut the trees down as well to just build these little hovels. I mean, if you're living in a place like this, do you really have to be on this type of high ground? I don't think so. I don't think you have anything of value to actually protect here. Just build on the coast. You've got perfect water. Oh well. Again, just me pointing out the flaws in the maps. I've always got to do it. Right, the Prussians, I think they're in formation now. They're ready to start pushing up this hill. Getting some nice shots in there, actually breaking that unit. Or they might have been routing from earlier, actually. Getting some good kills there on the Ottomans, who are in perfect range. They've got some cavalry. They've got reinforcements coming through. Maybe another cav unit would be helpful. Or maybe one is fine. The Ottomans trying to get into formation, losing a lot of men. They need to run into formation here. There we go. Now they're starting to run. And the Prussians push forwards a little further, and another wave of bullets come through. The British marching forwards, they're ready to hit these Prussians. The Prussians get the first wave of shots there, taking out quite a few British, and then the Prussians pull back. They don't need to fight that. They don't need to fight on such low ground. Just charge in there, get a shot, and then pull back. I like it. And now they're out of range. Beautiful. I love that manoeuvre there. And now they've got more troops here, so now they've got the numbers advantage as well. They just don't have the high ground, unfortunately. The Prussians doing a really good push up this way, by the way. As you can see on the map, just slowly moving round. As the British are having to put more troops here, it just opens the map up here. And now they can take some decent terrain. Yeah, the British and the Ottomans slowly getting surrounded, it seems. As we've got to fight here, and the Prussians moving round. The Prussians have troops round here. The Prussian infantry have fought really well in this battle. And I don't know what the British can do at this point. They kept giving up land, they kept retreating back, and now they don't have anywhere further to retreat to. And they're in a bit of a messy scenario. What they need to do, I think, is they need to clear the front. Like, just make a break somewhere, and maybe this is the weak spot. Just a big push here of a lot of infantry, but they don't have that many infantry left to actually push it. Yeah, slowly and steadily they've just been whittling down in their own soldiers. They're getting some shots in over here now, but they're outnumbered. Yeah, they just don't have the infantry that can match Prussia and France. They are in range here though, and the Prussians are not, so they're getting some free hits, but they don't have the best angle, so most of the bullets are not actually hitting anything. Oh, the Ottomans actually fighting it over here. They've got the Prussians caught in square. The Prussians having to fight this because there's cavalry dotted round, right, having to pull back now. Oh, back into square they go. The moment they see the cavalry again, and we're getting to square at perfect time there. Perfect timing. Another square has formed. The Prussian cavalry is fighting this. Who's retreating? Nobody, it's just another unit getting into square, or maybe they killed a cav unit. The Ottoman cavalry flees. The Prussians send their cavalry in. The squares can now get back into line, and the Ottomans are getting melted by cavalry charges and infantry fire. Not good for the Ottomans. They try to push, but it's not working. They're losing so many men. A random horseman here. Last of his squad charging in. What can he do? Oh, he's pulling back. Nothing, it seems. He's pulling back. And he gets taken down. Oh, poor guy. Breach has been made here if France wants to push that. Meanwhile, on this side, more Prussians coming up. Yeah, they're getting completely surrounded now. The Prussian cavalry fighting the Ottoman cavalry. They are outnumbered, but they're winning it with morale. Oh, no, they're fighting infantry, sorry. They actually broke that infantry unit. That infantry unit now broke from superior gunfire from the Prussians. It's not good. It's not good. The British and the Ottomans are officially surrounded. It's all falling apart for ARMATA. The surround is in. They're trying to hold this little tree formation here on the high ground, but I don't think it's going to be enough balance of power ticking in favour of the Prussians and the French. The British cavalry come in, but they get into square just in time, and the horsemen go flying. Oh, that was not good. That horseman unit's probably dead now. That unit's about to break as well. Any second now. The other Prussians, they've got in formation. And yeah, there we go. Another cav unit broke. The French pushing forwards, charging forwards now with Prussian support. The cavalry of the Ottomans tries to charge for Prussians. The swordsmen are charging us as well, so those Prussians just have to retreat now. They can't really form square because they've got swordsmen to deal with. A very powerful unit, I hear. More cavalry as well, so these two Prussian units are probably dead. But it pulls the Ottoman swordsmen and the Ottoman cavalry away from the main front, which allows for a big push like this from France. And the Prussians are getting really close now. The Polish are fighting it in melee. The Polish Legion. The other ones are able to get their shots in. The Voltigeurs are also charging this in melee. The Prussians still holding it very stable over here, getting into more squares to deal with that cav. Oh, the Prussians are breaking over here though. Have ARMATA finally been able to push them off the flank. They're no longer surrounded, so they have that going for them. But they are being pushed off the main slope for now, and they're losing a lot of men in this battle. Running out of soldiers. Ottomans and British fighting side by side, both in red, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Careful of friendly fire here, Britain. I think he got shot in the head by that guy. All fighting in melee as well. British falling everywhere, unfortunately. Random horses on the field. And the French are still just pushing forwards. Let's have a zoom in on the map here. Yeah, so they're no longer surrounded. They dealt with that flank because they didn't have enough troops here, but they had to pull so many troops back to deal with that they've lost their central position. And now the French and the Prussians are making a really good push through, and there's nothing the Ottomans and the British can do. It's been our longest battle yet by far. The longest one. But I think it's coming to an end. The British are almost nowhere to be seen on this battle anymore. They're pretty much wiped out. It's just the Ottomans left. And I think they've blown most of their steam already. A cav charge tries to come through against the French. But nope, they all get cut down. Literally all of them cut down there. What's that unit on the flank? Prussians still over here, still getting their shots in, and the Ottomans are not in range. Random French cavalry unit charging all the way through to hit it as well. That's going to take that unit out, and just like that, even the Ottomans now have very little left. The British are down to their final unit in the trees here, completely outnumbered, balance of power heavily in favour of MQI and Forbitos. And I think 2 girls 1 cup have done it, with France and Prussia on arid cliffs defeating the Ottomans and the British. The Ottomans still trying to fight it out. They've still got some numbers. Oh, here we go. Enemy general dead. I think that was the Ottomans general. Tiger shark there. But I think it's over. Well done to 2 girls 1 cup for going up 1-0 in this best of 3. Can they make it a 2-0? Or will ARMATA bring it back to a 1-1 and take us to our first game 3? Hopefully we get the game 3. And yeah, with the final melee charges here as well onto those final Ottoman units, it seems they are all about to break. We've got the Prussians pushing forwards as well, and everyone is butchered right at the end there. That was a close battle though, a lot of kills on all sides. Only the Ottomans not hitting the 1,000. Very good battle. 105 kills on the foot guards. Impressive. Another 105 on the Prussian Fusiliers as well. Well done MQI and Forbitos. But on to the next one. On Italian grassland now. They're playing as France and Austria. This is MQI and Forbitos, 2 girls 1 cup for winners of the last one. We're spectating as them again. Balance of power though, favouring the other side this time. And their opponents, it seems... one of them has to be France. This looks like 2 different shades of blue. What's the other blue? Maybe Prussia. So maybe France and Prussia is ARMATA this time. It seems like a popular pick, France and Prussia. I 100% take it back. It's Prussia and Sweden. Sweden's such a cool faction as well. The problem though with the Napoleonic era, there's far too much blue. France, Prussia to some extent, Sweden, too much blue. I hope you can all agree on that. Okay, so the cavalry charge forwards, meeting in the middle here, that was very quick. The Swedish cavalry and the French cavalry. On this side, the Austrian cavalry are already here. They've already engaged the Prussian cavalry. And on this side it seems the Austrians are not bothering with this flank, so the Prussian cavalry have seized this side pretty much. The Austrians charging right in there with their cav. Not a move I would make, they're going to lose a lot of horsemen doing this. And their charge gets basically nulled right at the end there. And yeah, they're forming to square in time as well. Well done, Prussia, getting the right time in there. So it's basically charging the cavalry, secure the high ground, and then hope your infantry can catch up in time. That seems to be the play with this map. Looking at it here, it seems ARMATA pretty much got there first with the high ground, but not by enough to make it too decisive. It's like the Ottomans are set up nicely over here. The Austrians, are set up nicely over here. They've got a good position with the high ground, but the Swedish are set up better on this side, as the French had to pull back. A lone cav unit in this for Prussia here, charging through, getting what looks like a lot of kills, but sadly was cut down. The Austrians have a lot of infantry here, forming square to take out that cav unit on the flank. That was good. I'm surprised the Prussians didn't take more advantage of this. They had a chance to really flank round here. But yeah, they've pulled back now and they want to fight more on this side. Yeah, but they've got one cav unit here, but it's already been quite badly battered by that square formation. The Prussians fighting this in melee for some reason, charging in here with their musketeers to fight the Hungarian Fusiliers, but they've also got this unit to worry about as well, so that makes them outnumbered. Meanwhile, the Swedish trying to push up this way, using their squares to remove the cavalry. Swedish cavalry fighting Austrian cavalry. I think the Swedes should have the advantage here because they've got the squares as well. Here I do like Sweden's setup. They've got the high ground, they've got the slope. There's nothing the French can really do here to push up. Good gunshots coming in, they've got their mounted Jagers as well. Getting some shots over the heads of them. That might have been some friendly fire there though. Some of them, you know, maybe not getting the best shots in over their heads. But we were getting some good shots in there onto the Polish Legion in square formation. Beautiful, beautiful waves of bullets here. The Austrian cavalry seems to have survived. The Austrians trying to form a line here. The Prussians are struggling, and it's a big slaughter here in melee. It's the V formation here that the Austrians have got that's making this section a death trap for Prussia. So now they're pulling this way to engage what looks like in melee, but they're still in the V formation. These Austrians just need to rotate, and they're getting absolutely butchered here. They're not fighting, they're not shooting anyone, but they're being shot at from multiple angles. And they're losing so many men because of this. Half the squad is dead here. They finally get a wave of shots in. Most of them still need to reload. General dead for Catragon, who I believe was, I think, Prussia in this battle. So those Prussians are now going to fall apart. Balance of power going heavily in favour of MQI and Forbatros. The Austrians set up here. The Prussian cavalry try to make it up this slope, but they get shot in the back by the Austrians. They do get a good charge from the French, catching the French off guard, who were faced the other way. Yeah, that was the Prussian general there, definitely the one to die. Unless it's Top Hat guy who's the general, I don't know. Either way he's broken and fleeing the field. The Swedish still doing well over here. They seem to be holding their position, but the French cavalry causing a bit of a problem. These two units are starting to move forwards now. Don't know how long Sweden can hold this, especially if everywhere else starts falling apart, and we can see it here in the middle. Spectating here as as 2 girls 1 cup. They basically hold the centre. They hold this side of a battle as well. The Prussians are completely lost here. They don't know what to do. They're completely surrounded. So this pocket is just about to get completely destroyed. ARMATA, they've got a good hold on this side, but even that's starting to fall apart now that the French are pushing up. Forming square here, but I don't think it's going to do anything. All because of this side here. What the Austrians have pulled off here is a masterpiece. And it's going to slaughter all of these Prussians. The Prussians know it. They're fighting in melee as one last desperate push. Getting into square to try and deal with it. And now the Austrians, they just need to charge forwards and they can surround them. Without their general as well, yeah, the Prussians, they just fall apart. And now these Austrians, once they clear out these final few Prussian troops, they can charge. That's why they were forming square. One lone Prussian Lancer unit. But it's not going to do anything. Down to the final 10, general fallen, no one left on the battlefield, and that's it. The Cav have gone for Prussia. Final unit for the Prussians, and then all of these Austrian troops, basically an entire fresh army, can push over here. The Swedish, they're struggling to fight the French as it is. Okay, they might have just held out on this side, but it's not enough. And you can see it by the balance of power there. I think the team 2 girls 1 cup are going to win this 2R. Mostly due to the fall of Prussia on this flank. If it wasn't for that, there might still be a chance. But nah, I think this is going to be a 2-0 win. The French cavalry charging through. I can't even see what the Swedish have anymore. I think they've got 1 infantry unit here, down to the final 30. That's broken. They've got a couple of squares here, forming over the top of each other, but they're about to just get surrounded now. And look at the map here, pure domination by blue. What can red do? Nothing. Completely surrounded, the cavalry's running straight through their ranks. Yeah, they've got this bit of high ground, but nobody cares about that anymore. I'd definitely rather be in France's or Austria's position. And more cavalry come through, the high ground advantage is pretty much lost at this point. Now they're fighting it in melee. And well done to 2 girls 1 cup. MQI and Forbitros getting the win. 2-0. But of course, thank you to ARMATA, Tiger Shark and Catragon for playing here. They put up a good fight, especially in that first battle. They put up a very good fight there. This one, a bit more of a slaughter. But oh well, it happens. And there we go, it's all ended. The final unit is 1 Prussian unit that came back from the dead, and they're about to get instantly taken out. Look at the kills there, the KD. Yeah, definitely a much better battle there for 2 girls 1 cup. Anyway, thank you to OPG for sponsoring this event. $300 prize pool. That was a clear victory there in the end for France and Austria. Check out the Discord, linked down below if you think you can play better, as there will be other tournaments coming out in future. All on the Discord. But for now, thank you for watching. Whoa, 150 kills. And then 147 on the old guard. Whew. And goodbye.